Okay, so a little bit different today. I am going up to the allotment, but on the way I'm going to try and see if I can get myself some pallets. So just around the corner from my allotment there is like a little industrial centre where I've noticed that they tend to have a lot of pallets outside. I'm going to give it a go and hopefully I can get, I think I'll probably only be able to fit about 3 or 4 in the car. So I might have to make a couple of trips, but we'll see what we can get hold of, because I really need the wood. So we're going to take you on a little drive and try and get some pallets. Honestly, it's a good job you cannot smell the inside of my car. It's vile. We did a tip run, we did 2 tip runs yesterday from stuff that we've been doing in the back garden, and we've had bags out there for months just like getting wet and soggy and covered in slugs, and oh, it was horrible. And we filled up the car twice yesterday and took it down to the local tip, and now it reeks in here. It absolutely stinks. So I'm gonna have to give it a good clean, but I thought before I do that I'll go and fill it up with as much dirty stuff as possible, wood and whatnot. I've actually got some wood to pick up this afternoon from a guy on Facebook Marketplace who's not far from here, it's just down the road, and he's got some free wood that he wants to get rid of, so I've said I'll go and get that later on today. But yeah, we're gonna get some pallets, and then we're gonna go up to the allotment and see what we can get done while the kids are at school today, because everyone's back, so I can only stay there till about 2 o'clock, so I've got about 4 hours to try and get some stuff done. Let's do that now. So this is the haul we've got. I spoke to a fantastic bloke who said I can come as much as I want and take what I like. Jackpots. So that was great. I could only fit 4, and there was like a quarter of a one which I thought might come in handy for something in the car. But Aaron, the guy that works here, has said that I can come whenever I want. Now the temptation now is to just do multiple trips backwards and forwards, but I think I'm going to take it easy because they are very, very heavy pallets. Unfortunately can't fit the big ones in my car. The big ones are like 1 meter by 1.2 meters. They can go in 1.2 long ways, but the 1 meter is too wide, so I'm having to get what is probably like Euro pallets, which are 1.2 by 80 centimeters, and I can fit 4 of them in the car. So I think the plan is just to come up every couple of days, grab 4, and then take them down to the allotment, which is just around the corner. And we've got some materials, got some building materials, which is fantastic because it's free. And thank you, Aaron, that was brilliant, thank you. Up to the allotment then. So we're back on the plot. It's really bright and sunny, very bright and sunny. I've got my 4 pallets in the car. Just goes to show, if you don't ask, you don't get. I'm really, really pleased. They're really heavy duty, tough pallets. So hopefully they are going to help with my greenhouse build, which is coming very soon. I'm going to take them out of the car in a bit. First, I need to get some things sorted. So we're down here today. Aim of today is to finish clearing the herb area and put some weed membrane down there, and to try and get rid of as much of the plastic as possible. The first thing I noticed when I come here today is that a lot of the cardboard is blown around again, and I have picked most of that up. I need compost. I need to put compost on to weight it down, but I've really struggled finding any at a decent price. I saw on Facebook someone said Asda was selling off at 69p a bag, and I was like, the Asda stuff is rubbish. But it would do just to hold it down a bit, and like leave it over the winter, add some manure to it. But I can't find. There's none in the Asda by me, so either someone's taken it all, or they just didn't have any left. So never mind. So I'm still on the lookout for compost at a decent price if anyone's got any recommendations. I've got a few presents today. I've got some toys. The sun is blinding me. I'm sorry, can we move? Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Just to see my really shiny head. But I've got some new toys to play with today. Some of them were presents I bought myself. One of them wasn't. So I've got a new tripod, which you are sitting on, because I broke the last time. I knocked it over. Thankfully, it didn't break my phone, but I broke the tripod. So I bought another one. It's a bit more heavy duty, so hopefully that'll last. I've got some new gardening gloves because I gardened so much in the old ones that they had holes in them and they weren't really protecting anyone from anything. So I've got some brand new gardening gloves, which are really nice. And I had a present off my husband. If you might notice a difference in the sound quality, he bought me a microphone set. So it's got like up to 20 meters of range. Hopefully it will improve there's the sun gone. Thank God, the sun's gone in for a bit. It will improve the sound quality, particularly when I'm not talking to the camera, but when I'm off doing something, I can still speak, which is really nice. I'm finding it really hard to get motivated this morning. I'm really tired, but we're going to do our best. Let's go. Okay, so we're starting off today by sorting out this wood pile and seeing if I can make use of any of the stuff in it with my extremely long gloves. They're going to be handy when it comes to stingers. So, rubbish, usable, usable, possibly usable, rubbish, 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 usable. Oh, we need to speed this up. Okay, other things I've bought today are some more weed membrane pins. So I can pin this down and hopefully keep the weeds from growing up the sides of it. So I've just pulled this lot out. So yeah, so we're going to get on with fixing this edge of this bed, picking up a few more bits of cardboard that are trying to escape. And yeah, this is the pile of wood that I've got that is usable. Most of it was, to be fair. There's a few bits over there that were just either too rotten or split into silly size pieces that I can't really make use of. See, I've come prepared today. I've got the whole toolkit here. So yeah, we're going to do the edge of this bed here, and then I don't want to make you dizzy. We're going to go and finish this bed because it needs to be joined in these two places here. Then, using the wood that we've got here, we are going to try and make at least one more bed edging. I'm picking up wood, like I said, this afternoon, which will do the rest. But I want to use up the bits that I've got, and we're going to go and rescue that big piece of cardboard because it's a good big piece. Okay, when I say these beds are cobbled together, they really are. Um, they're just screwed together, barely holding. Um, that is because it is my hope that in the coming seasons I can replace them um, with real raised beds. By that I mean much higher, which will make it easier for me to garden. Having raised beds will be so much more easier for me to work. I can't afford to do that at the moment, so I'm just kind of edging. I mean, you don't even need to put edging on beds. You could have just piled compost and left it at that. But I like things to be at least a little bit defined, to know where they start and end, and just to help keep the soil where it's supposed to be. So they'll be fine for, for next year, for one season, and then hopefully we can replace them one at a time, and that will be less expense, because it's not just the building of them, it's the filling them up as well that costs money. But my nemesis is still there. I still haven't tried to pull it out. Oh God, spiders, go away. Oh, I hate them. That's more like it, fella. Right, I'm going to get this one done, and then I'm going to have a break. I really, really do have to pace myself these days. I had what my GP referred to as a minor cardiac event about 4 or 5 days ago. I thought I'd come out of it relatively unscathed, although it was absolutely terrifying at the time. Ew, there's someone calling on me. Ugh. What I am noticing now, though, is that I'm getting really tired really quickly. I don't know if that's connected, but it seems a bit of a coincidence. So I am really having to pace myself. And hopefully it'll be raining tomorrow. I mean, it seems silly to hope for rain when you're outside, but I find, although it's harder to film in the rain, for God's sake, just fucking get in. It's easier for me to work in the rain because it is still quite warm out, despite the torrential. Oh wow! Despite the torrential rain we were having yesterday, it's really warm out today, and the slightest bit of heat, and I wilt like the delicate flower that I am. So I much prefer the cold. There's these tiny little black spiders, and they're freaking everywhere. And I can kind of cope with spiders when they're outside as long as they don't touch me. If they're in the house, it's a completely different story. I'm a complete arachnophobe if they're in my space. But I don't like them. Let's see if I can... Oh, okay, that sort of worked. Freeze. Okay, no, I haven't put one at the end, but it doesn't matter. Stuff it. So I just walked over to my apple tree, and I never know when apples are supposed to be ready. There's loads on here. Some of them look a bit dodgy, but like something's burrowed into them. But I just touched one, and it just came away in my hand. And I've read that that is the way to tell that they're ripe. So, because I've brought nothing with me, I wasn't expecting it. I'm using my tripod bag to. So that one doesn't come off, or that one, or that one. Was it just one? Is that my apple harvest? One apple? Oh, no, another one. We've got another one. Seems to be the biggest, reddest ones that are gonna come off. Okay, I think I've jumped the gun with the apple harvest. I don't think they're quite ready yet. I've had two come off in my hand. Well, that's about it. Oh, three. Although I might have jerked that one a little bit too hard, to be fair. Oh, four. All right, let's go around the other side and have a look. I do have to go on my neighbour's plot for this, but he says he doesn't mind until I tidy up this tree and get it trained into some kind of shape. Oh, that one's got something's living in that one. Ew. Oh, there's another one, but it looks like something's burrowed into it. I don't want to eat that. I think that's it. We've got 4 apples. Yeah, I may have been a bit too soon. Also, apparently pears do not ripen on the tree. They need to be taken off to ripen. So I'm going to see if I can reach any, because I think someone's been nabbing the ones that are lower down. Yeah, see, I've got quite a few in there. There are loads up there, but I just can't reach. So I'm going to have to definitely come down with the ladders and get some. But I now have an entire tripod bag full of apples and pears. I'm taking those home with me today. Okay, my allotment tip number 2. Do not leave your tools at the allotment outside in the rain, or this happens. This is the fabulous tool that I was gushing about in the last video that gets all the weeds out. Yeah, I'm going to take that home, clean it up, put a bit of oil on it, and hopefully it will still be okay. But put your tools away, people. Put your tools away. In my defense, I was using it to hold down some weed membrane, so it's a valid choice, right? Sure. Now there's this. Do I do it? Do I wait? I can do some, right? I can do some. Okay. Time for break number 2, because the sweat is dripping in my eyes. I kid you not. It's just so heavy, and the reason is because it's buried under the soil. So when you're trying to pull it out, you're not just pulling the plastic, you're pulling all the soil and stones and bricks and pieces of slab that are on top of it. What I should have done probably was cleared all the soil off first. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I'm already so tangled up in it. I mean, look at the mess, that it's pointless. So what I'm doing is having to cut it into sections and pull one bit out at a time, because I just don't have the strength to do it all in one go. So I'm going to sit down, have a drink, and then we're going to go for round 2. Right, so I did consider stopping now because I'm absolutely exhausted and I'm really sweating, yucky. But I've just realised tomorrow is Saturday, so unless I can drag the little one up here, which is doubtful and probably not a great idea in the rain, I'm not going to be able to come up tomorrow. So I'm going to persevere for maybe an hour. Is that too optimistic? Maybe an hour, and see if I can just get this section clear and level. Okay, so we're only going from, if I turn you around, we're only going from the raised bed, the edge of the raised bed here, up to the compost bay. Okay, and that whole area in between the trees, we're trying to get sorted. So this area here. So I'm not too worried about all that at the minute. I mean, does it seem a bit of a cop out that I'm just shoving stuff up the other end? Probably it is, probably. But that's a problem for future me. So yeah, so we're going to persevere for another hour, probably half an hour, let's be honest. And before I have to go shopping and back to normal life. And of course, we've still got to get the pallets out of the boot, which is going to be a job in itself. So let's crack on. Okay, so the plastic is gone. It's all over there. But all this area that I wanted clear today is done. Bit of a rant alert. I don't understand why anyone would put thick, waterproof, impermeable plastic underneath soil. I can understand putting it down to stop weeds growing if you're not using a particular area, but this stuff was buried at least, a foot? Yeah, at least 30 centimeters underneath what is really, really nice soil. So it looks like a mixture of some kind of homemade compost. Parts of it are a bit woody, but it's really beautiful soil. And the plastic was underneath it. So I can only assume that someone was growing stuff in soil on top of plastic, which makes zero sense to me. But then I am a complete beginner. So if anyone knows of a reason why they would have done that, because I'm a little bit nervous now that maybe they knew something I didn't, and by taking and pull that plastic, I've unleashed something that I won't be able to deal with. But I mean, let me know, anyone out there, would you put this thick black, it's like DPM down, which obviously water can't penetrate, and then top it up with soil and grow on top of it? Because that seems mad to me. Like zero drainage. I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, I'm calling it a day for today, because I've run out of water and I haven't eaten and I feel sick. All I ever do is complain. So just as an extra, there's a plot over there that's building something. Look at the roof structure on that. Looks like it's going to take off. I don't know if that's like a greenhouse, polytunnel shed, I don't know. But the overhang on that roof is something else. I'd love to see what they're going to do with that. Okay, so yeah, signing off for today.